Sooner or later it's going to happen. You're going to drop while performing in front of people. You're not going to panic, you're not going to be negative, you're going to treat it as an opportunity. Because it does happen, and more frequently than you might think. But don't be negative. Don't say anything like, well, if I was any good, why would I be performing in a dive like this for foul-smelling, ugly people like you? Nope, keep a positive attitude. And when you do drop, you can always say something funny like, whoops, almost dropped. Or you can use one of the magician's old lines, which is to have somebody name a card, any card, and they name a card, say the 4 of diamonds. You say, the 4 of diamonds changes to the 5 of hearts. That's a real old line. It usually gets a laugh. It gets more than a laugh when it happens to be the 5 of hearts that they say, which happens 1 out of 52 times. It's happened 5 or 6 times in my career. So the card falls. That's why you don't say the card changes before you turn the card over. You say the Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades changes to the 9 of Spades. But we're not going to do it 52 times until we hit the correct card. But it will happen. When it does, treat it like the miracle that it is, because it's impossible. Now, speaking of magic, if you do any of the manipulation, now is a good time to use it. You can say, well, the Queen of Hearts has never been my favorite card anyway, which gets me to how forgiving the audience will be. They'll be forgiving for a drop, and say you do an XCM pickup move, they'll forgive you if you blow it once, but they're not going to forgive you if you blow it twice. So if you do a drop move and something bad happens, move on to something absolutely certain. Another magician's thing would be to change the cards. Just treat it as an opportunity. Make people distracted from the drop itself. And we're going to show you a lot of XCM ways to do it as well. But as far as other juggling things, you can contrive to pop a card off as you pick up the first drop card and continue doing that for comedic effect. It's another real old juggling move. Just don't do any excessive hand motion. If you can make the card somehow pop off, while you're picking up the other card, it's even more funny. So you're trying to make it look like you're a klutz for just a few seconds, but then you pick it up and everything's good again. So keep your chin up when you drop. Of course, these have just been 1-card things, but it all works for several cards as well. I mean, just make the best of it. You could say, well, just name any card and reduce the number of cards that have been dropped, and then do the gag again. They say the 4 diamonds, it changes to the King of Diamonds. You could do that with a whole bunch of cards, and you could even have them pick out the card. So you're immediately taking attention away from the drop and putting it onto some other effect or manipulation or something that just doesn't remind them that you dropped the card. You dropped the card. How could you? If you drop a bunch of cards, particularly on a hard surface, if you pick them up like this, you're grinding them against the floor. The floor has dust and filth on it. Better to scoop the cards up with 1 card. That means only this card has the chance to get scraped or get additional dust, and you can pay attention to it. You don't have to worry about all the other cards.
Hi, I'm Greg Irwin. I'd like to show you a few finger fitness exercises and warm-ups that will really help your extreme card manipulation. This will help your hands gain strength, dexterity, coordination, and limberness. First one I'd like to show you is a simple hand massage. You open one hand, the other hand comes here, clasp on both sides, squeeze up, follow all the way through your thumb, and then bring your hand around and then squeeze on the other side, just like this. What you want to do is just massage back and forth. It's just a simple hand massage to get your hands loosened up. The next one I would like to show you is a good way to limber up your fingers, flexing them. One hand like this, the other hand stationary. Just pull your hand up like this, your arm. Then on the other side. Now I'm showing you this is kind of fast. When you want to do it, when you do it, hold for just a few seconds and then let up. Then try it one finger at a time. And on each one, I want you to hold for about 3 seconds. Okay, and then you just go down the other side like that. Another thing to do is using your wrist, split your fingers, and then use your wrist to get in between your fingers. Spread them apart. This is really good for developing flexibility. Just a couple seconds on each one. Another cool finger coordination trick, you might call it, is walking down your fingers. Remember the itsy bitsy spider? Your thumb walks on your first finger. Now walk down your fingers. First finger, second, third, fourth, third, second, first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another variation using your fingers like this. Put your fingers together, intersect them, and put the bottom on the top. The idea is to see if you can just stair step up like a ladder or back down. For you extreme card manipulators, one of the most important things is this flexibility. Splitting your fingers apart. Now, let's try and split one finger at a time. Your first finger, little finger, up and down. Now, between the two fingers in the middle and the outside. Up, down, middle, out, out. Now they're opposite to each other. And there's 3 different posts that you want to try to go through.